Java 8 is the latest release of the Java language from Oracle, and it's the biggest release of the Java language in the last 10 years. It introduces some new ideas from functional programming to Java, so that, it's introducing quite a significant change to the Java language and the way that Java programmers will program. And a lot of that's been driven by changes in the hardware market. So if you think back to things like Moore's Law, which has been in, it's held for maybe the last 40 or 50 years, where the number of transistors per square inch has been doubling roughly every 2 years, and that meant that the processing power of our hardware has been doubling roughly every 2 years. That has continued to hold over the last 10, 15 years, but the nature of it has changed. Now we're living in this multi-core world, whereas previously our CPUs just got faster, and they could execute programs in sequence just faster and faster and faster every 2 years. Now they're not quite getting faster, but they are getting extra cores, which means that they can execute the same amount of work but in parallel, so they multiply up by parallel execution. In order to take advantage of that extra power in processing, we now need to write our software so that it can execute in parallel across multiple cores. And Java 8 is an evolution of the Java language that makes it a little bit easier for developers to write code that will execute well in parallel. On my project, we've adopted Java 8 over the last 12 months, and one of the reasons why we've done that is that in my project and in all of our projects across AOL, we've got real challenges of scale. Currently today, we process between 15 and 20 billion bid requests per day, and that's projected to increase to up to 60 billion over the next 6 months or so. And that's making these bid requests, it's processing them, logging them, flowing them through our system and doing analytics on them. So we've got real challenges of scale, and the only way you can cope with scale of that size is by taking advantage of the modern multi-core hardware to its fullest extent. And Java 8 has really helped us out on our team to do that. So on the site, what we've done is we've brought in experts, like leading experts in the field, such as Raul Irma, the author of the excellent Java 8 in Action, and Richard Warburton. He's author of Java 8 Lambdas and works on the lightning fast Aeron messaging system. We've brought them in on site to train people up. We've been running Java 8 workshops once a week, every week for the last year. So I think we've had talks today with Mike, and he's talked about programmatic and how everything's being automated right across not just the scale of the data, but the scale of the requests coming in from our clients. We really need to be able to take advantages of these multi-core architectures. And so we've been wholeheartedly moving into the Java 8. This site is primarily a development center. So that means we're talking about software engineers, QA, operations, technical managers, systems architects like myself, those type of people. There's no sales or tech support or any of those other type of things that you might get in other centres in Dublin. So the engineers that work here are really hands-on at building that programmatic future at AOL. We're working on the One Central, the front-end web app that's available. We're working on the programmatic APIs that are available. We're working on the back-end systems that handles the volume and scale. Right across the tech stack for programmatic services, AOL in Dublin is hands dirty delivering products that are delivered to production and serve millions of queries per day across billions and billions of data points.